Hi everyone, I'm Edyta Sitar from Laundry Basket Quilts. Welcome to Quilting Window. I am so thankful that you are here. We are working on our mystery quilt and it is have been so much fun. So much fun. I am super thankful for you, and please know that I get to see and I enjoy so much your pictures on Instagram and Facebook. So keep tagging me on it, Mystery 2022, and I'm super proud of you. This is something we do it every year. This year we're gonna do it twice. This is our first mystery quilt for this year, and I'm super excited about this one because it's something completely different than I've ever done it. We always done super simple blocks and made a really cool layout. This time we're doing something different, a different kind of block. It's a kaleidoscope block. We are using my ruler called Alaska to cut the blocks, or you can use the beautiful templates. So join us in, go to our website for all the information. You're gonna have fun. Today we're making block number 8 and we're working from our fabric called Bluebird. Some of the fabric still on the website. Click the link below and you can go and find all the wonderful things that we have it on our website. And I'm using 3 fabrics today. I'm gonna use a light blue, dark blue, and a light fabric. I'm super excited about these fabrics, and today block is gonna be a little bit of work, but do not fear. We're gonna be okay. We're gonna be making 16 of this block. 16 of this block. So I'm gonna put those to the side and let me tell you what we're doing. From each of the fabric, you're going to cut. From the blue one, you're going to cut 2.5 strips. The strips need to be 2 inches. All of the cutting informations are also on our blog. So if you're missing something and you're writing and you forgot it, go to our blog. I have it right under the picture how many strips you needed. So you need all the strips right now are 2 inch, and this is 2 of them. Then the light ones, we need 4.5 of them. And in this medium blue, we also have 4.5 strips, and we are going to cut them at 2 inches. Then also from this light fabric, I'm gonna cut 2 moa strips, and those strips are 2.5 inch. 2.5. So a lot of cutting today, but bear with me. This is gonna give you the glow to your quilt. We are gonna do this block. This is super excited. You can do it. Don't quit now. One more time. 2 inch, 2 inch width, 2 inch width, 2.5 inch. You're gonna need 2.5 of them, 4.5 of them, and 4.5 of them. Why do I need 4.5 strips? We're gonna be cutting them on an angle, and 1 strip is not enough, so we need a half to accommodate all the pieces that we need. If we want to, you only get 7 cuts and we need 8 cuts. So that's why we're gonna have to make that extra half a panel to get those cuts. So, and all of this is also explained on my blog. Now, once you have your strips done, we're gonna put them to the side, cut. We're gonna put them to the side for just a few minutes, and we're gonna start with this first strip, the 2.5 inch strip. From this strip, we're gonna cut our beautiful shapes like this. This is the templates that we're going to use today. We're gonna use template D, template E, and template F. And with template F, I'm going to cut this shape, and I'm gonna just cut it, flip it open, cut it, flip it open. You've done this before, so I'm not gonna spend a lot of time on this part because I wanna push and help you through this more difficult part. So those gonna be easy. We're going to cut 16 of them because we have 16 blocks that we are making. So please cut 16 of those. All right, we're gonna put that to the side. And if you wanted to, you can use the template, but also if you wanted, you could have go ahead and used our ruler. We've done it before. You're gonna match the 2.5, you're gonna cut, you're gonna flip the ruler back and forth. So use either one of those and cut those beautiful shapes for me. All right, we finished cutting that. Let's move on to the more difficult part. We're gonna first make a strip set with 3 strips. Dark one as the first one, Then we're gonna put a light one right here, and just a single layer. I'm laying this double layer because I don't have much room, just like this. And this is my last strip, like this. Okay, I want you to sew those together, and I would like you to push your seam allowance towards the top. Can you do that for me? So that way you create a panel like this. From this panel on a 45-degree angle, we're gonna cut units. So once you sew it and press it, we're gonna cut units. And you can go ahead, if the strips were 2 inch, you can take your ruler and you can place your ruler right on our fabric, and look what I'm doing. Do you see? I'm measuring 2 inches here. I'm paying attention to my lines. I'm paying attention to this line, all my lines matching, and I'm gonna go ahead and cut it. Okay, cut it. This is going to be the unit that I wanted to make, and you can go ahead and leave this unit this way. If you're cutting with ruler, do not trim off the bottom, or if you're cutting with, if you have templates, you can go ahead, place your templates, and you can trim the bottom. For the girls that are using and guys that are using ruler, don't trim it yet. We will trim it later after it's done, okay? So, but if you're cutting with templates, you can go ahead and trim it, because this is this part that we cutting. We need this unit, all right? So first unit is done. Did you see how I cut it? And if you were cutting with the templates, you would have been, I placed it wrong. You would have been placing your templates this way. You cut it all the way, and then you go ahead, reverse that template. I have to look at this. Yeah, reverse the template like this. So it would have been this way right here. Actually, this is even better. Don't reverse any templates. Go just place it this way, and you would have just go ahead and cut it. And look how easy this was. Yeah. So this one is a little tricky. Notice I even got a little bit confused for a moment. That's why slow down, take your time, make your panels, follow the pictures that I have posted. I have photographed every single step and posted on my blog, because for this blog, I thought those visual pictures were more important than anything else. And right there, once you do this, you can go ahead, trim that bottom if you're cutting with templates, but if you're cutting with ruler, leave it as it is. Now, second, we're gonna take 2 strips, your light blue strip and a light strip, and again we're gonna sew them together. And probably gonna ask me how much I offset here. I do it at least 1.5 inch, so right there. And sometimes what I like to do is I take my ruler and I can place it, and I can see it, that if I would have to cut it, notice I would have been not enough room. I need that little further, and that gives me a nice indication where I can sew, that when I cut it later on, I will not have any problem. So that's little advice right there. You're gonna sew those together. I already done it for you guys because I was so excited to prepare all of this mystery quilt. And notice I have my panel. Again, you're gonna push the seam allowance towards the top. We're pushing the seam allowance one direction. We're not opening the seam allowance. Now remember, the measurements was 2 inches. So we're gonna go ahead, grab our ruler, cut it. Look, beautiful. I just cut it. And if you're using templates, you can go ahead and take this template, put it down, and this template gonna be reversed. You have the right way, middle template, I reversed it because we're sewing units like this. And again, follow the pictures on our blog, and then we're gonna sew this to it. So those are the 3 pieces that we're looking for. So right there, I just cut it, and I can go ahead and place it and trim it. And then of course, if I need another piece, this time I'm already remembering exactly what I'm supposed to do. Match the bottom, match all the sides, and I can go ahead and cut it. Oh, this is going to be perfect. You're going to need 16 of each of the units, 16 and 16 and 16 of our little triangle. So those are the units that you need. Now the next step is going to be sewing them together. So let me show you. I have this prepared for you. I'm using I use my template, so I trimmed the bottom, and like I said, if you don't, it's okay. We will trim that later when we are done. We're going to sew this to this and then to this. So let's start. We're gonna place this right sides together, and I am so glad that I push my seam allowance towards the direction that I said I did, because now I'm not gonna fight with my seams as I'm stitching from here up here. And the first thing that I like to do is I open this gently up to just make sure that my lines are matching. Do you see what I'm doing right there? I want my seams to match beautifully because I want to place my pin in that spot. So when I start sewing right here, right there, from this point straight up, I'm gonna go from through the crossing of the seams, and that way when I open this up later on, I have a beautiful transition right here and a great point. So that is very important. I'm gonna sew it now. Like I said, as soon as I finish sewing, I'm gonna go ahead and from the back, this time I'm gonna open this seam, and do not worry what's happened on this side. It is important that it matches perfectly on this side, and it looks great to me. So I'm gonna keep going by placing my next piece, sew it, flip it open, and notice that I just did that. I just finished sewing. I pinned it from myself so nothing moved, and again, as soon as I finish, I'm gonna go ahead and open this seam right here, just like this, so right there I open, and now I have a beautiful unit, and I can press it with a iron, and it's ready, set, go. If you have not trimmed those points, notice only this one was cut with trimming, you know, because this piece was already cut without the bottom. Here I would have those ends. All that I would do is I would take my template or my ruler, depends what you're using. I would place it right over just like this, and I would have trimmed it down the bottom. Isn't it fantastic? And done. If you're using the ruler, you would have go ahead, place your ruler, and look at where I'm matching. I'm matching this side right here. I'm paying attention that my points have a 1/4 inch seam allowance room, and I would have trimmed it right there, and pretty much my first piece is my guiding light where I need to trim so everything looks nice and beautiful. So this is for our block number 8. Isn't that so exciting? You need to make 16 of them, and I am so looking forward to your results. Take your time, use your pins, don't try to pull on things, and very important for this block, make sure you press and starch your fabric before you start. So using your best press or whatever starch you like to use on your fabric, I always use it from the back, press it beautifully, nice stiffness, and I finger press most of it till I finish my block. Then I place the iron, and I please ask you this again, when you pressing your iron, press it from the top, don't slide it, because you shifting the fibers and you stretching and distorting your blocks, and they're not as beautiful as you would like to. And I know you want your blocks beautiful. So let's keep going, let's keep enjoying it and make beautiful blocks. I have a little bit to do because I wanted to finish second quilt for this mystery quilt from all these blocks that I have been doing with you. So I have a few more to make, and I am looking forward to see you tomorrow for another wonderful block for our mystery. It's gonna be block number 9. Happy quilting. Make sure, remember, like us on Instagram, Facebook, thumbs up for us under our video, and we so much appreciate that you came and wanted to do Mystery 2022 with us. Happy quilting!